Pity him and what he stands for, what he represents, what he is, what he's done, and I pity the beating that he's going to have to endure on April 26th. I did what I needed to do. I embarrassed a drug cheat, which is what is needed in this sport. We can't let these people, not be accountable for their actions. We can't let them cheat, get caught cheating, and then act like it's okay and I'm cleared and I can't say why, but no. If you get caught with drugs in your system, especially in a fight against me.
Chris Eubank Jr. is going all out ahead of his showdown with Conor Benn, and he's not holding back. For him, this isn't just a fight, it's personal. He's here to take Benn down, not just in the ring, but on every level. The first time around, Eubank didn't just beat Benn, he humiliated him, exposing his drug scandal for the world to see. Now he's doubling down, calling Benn exactly what he believes he is, a cheat who got caught. Eubank isn't just focused on winning, he's sending a message. In his eyes, there's no room for dishonesty in boxing. He warns that when drugs enter the sport, the punishment isn't just physical, it's about integrity. His message is loud and clear: cheat, and you'll pay the price. This fight isn't just about a win. It's about proving a point to the world. Integrity is everything.
Because that's too powerful of a word. Extreme dislike. I don't know how that's going to affect my performance, how it's going to affect my training. Maybe it'll be better, maybe it'll be worse.
Chris Eubank Jr. might not say it outright, but his hatred for Conor Benn is impossible to miss. His intense dislike for Benn is sure to play a huge role in this fight, but the real question is, how much? Will this personal grudge make Eubank sharper, more focused, and more dangerous in the ring? Or will it cloud his judgment, push him into reckless decisions, and ultimately cost him the fight? One thing is certain: Eubank isn't just fighting Benn, he's fighting years of betrayal and disrespect bubbling beneath the surface. And let's not forget, he's been one of the loudest voices against drug cheats. So is this fight about proving a point, or will his emotions get the best of him? The tension is sky high, but the outcome is what everyone is waiting for. Will Eubank keep his cool and take the win, or will his vendetta be his downfall?
People by a lot
What does it mean?
You have the IQ of a 5-year-old child.
Does that mean that the drugs weren't in your system?
I've been cleared. Done.
There you go.
That's it. No, you keep going on, but I've been cleared.
The entire public wants to know why
but that's the truth.
there were performance-enhancing drugs in your system, and all you and Eddie can come up with
do your
after
research.
2.5 years
Do your research. Do your research.
Chris Eubank Jr. isn't holding back when it comes to Conor Benn and the drug allegations. He's not convinced by the cleared excuse and isn't afraid to call it out. According to Eubank, just because Benn was cleared doesn't change the fact that performance-enhancing drugs were found in his system. He sees Benn's defense as a weak attempt to protect his reputation and questions how any official ruling could erase what happened. Eubank openly mocks Benn's repeated explanations, calling them nothing more than empty excuses. He insists that the public deserves real transparency, not just recycled justifications. The bottom line? Eubank refuses to let this go. He's standing firm, challenging Benn's credibility at every turn, and making it clear that, in his eyes, the truth hasn't changed.
Smarter by people who are a lot smarter than you, Chris.
Listen, I'm sure they are. I'm a fighter.
Well, exactly.
I'm not an academic.
Well, that's
But
it.
one thing I do know is you are a judge.
What I do know is you're an idiot
There's
who's
no
taking
way
this
around
fight because he owes someone some money.
The rivalry between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. is getting more intense, with both fighters trading harsh words. The fight hasn't even started, but the tension is already at its peak. Benn is trying to avoid taking responsibility, saying that smarter minds handled the situation, but Eubank isn't buying it. He fires back, calling Benn an idiot and reminding everyone about the drug controversy. This isn't just a press conference argument, it's a fight for control of the story. While Benn tries to shift the focus, Eubank keeps pointing to one thing: Benn's past actions. The big question now is whether this trash talk will lead to an all-out war in the ring, or if it's just the beginning of one of boxing's most heated rivalries. With emotions running high, fight night can't come soon. Enough.
Conor Benn's a better fighter. That's it. Does that make it a complete 50-50 in your mind?
In my opinion, complete 50-50. I don't think Chris Eubank will be able to hold up to what Conor Benn will do in the first 3 or 4 rounds of the fight. If he does, I think he's a big problem in it.
Eddie Hearn has shaken things up with his bold take on the Eubank versus Benn fight. While many assume Eubank's size gives him the edge, Hearn insists that Benn's superior skill and technique make him the real threat. According to Hearn, this is a true 50-50 fight, but with a key twist. He warns that Eubank's physical advantage won't mean much if he can't handle the relentless pressure Benn will bring in the early rounds. The big question is whether Eubank can weather the storm. If he survives Benn's aggressive start, the fight could swing in his favor. But if he struggles under the heat, it could be over before he even gets a chance to take control. It's a battle of survival, where the opening rounds might decide everything. Will Eubank's size be enough, or will Benn's skill and pressure break him down first? The tension is at an all-time high, and the stakes couldn't be bigger.
Ben, how are we feeling about smashing this geezer to pieces April 22nd? If I tell you right now, I can't wait. I can't wait. I look at you, I look at Nigel. I look at Nigel wants to get in the ring and have a tear up.
Do you know what? Listen, Chris can say what he wants. The bottom line is, his dad don't even like him. You could not pay that man enough money to sit in this man's corner. Now that's an accomplishment.
Hearn didn't hold back at the press conference, adding even more fuel to the already intense rivalry between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. His comments were explosive, taking direct shots not just at Eubank Jr., but also at his father, Nigel. With a smirk, Hearn pointed out what he saw as the real issue, the strained relationship between Chris and his father. He even claimed that Nigel doesn't truly support his son, suggesting that not even a fortune could convince him to back Chris in the ring. This wasn't just a simple jab. It was a full-blown personal attack, hitting at the deep-rooted family tensions surrounding this fight. What started as a professional rivalry has now turned into something much more personal. The gloves are off, and with every word exchanged, the intensity builds. This isn't just about boxing anymore, it's about family, pride, and proving who really belongs at the top. In a heated exchange, Conor Benn made a bold statement, declaring that Chris Eubank Jr.'s career was coming to an end. With relentless confidence, Benn claimed that Eubank's time at the top was over and that this fight would be the final nail in his legacy. He didn't just focus on the fight. Benn also criticized Eubank's lack of progress, saying he had already peaked and was now on the decline. He even mocked Eubank's decision to take on a welterweight, calling it a desperate move that proved he still had a lot to prove. For Benn, this fight isn't just about winning, it's about making a statement. He wants to show the world that Eubank's reign is over and that a new challenger is ready to take the throne. This war of words has taken their rivalry to a whole new level as Benn looks to break Eubank's confidence and establish himself as the new king of the division.
I mean, I am team Ben. You know what I mean? I don't think Guy'd have done that. It's a little bit disrespectful. I don't think Nigel would have done it. I certainly don't think Conor would have done it. But I did find it quite amusing, if I'm not going to lie. But
Ricky Hatton didn't hold back when sharing his thoughts on the heated exchange between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. Despite his strong support for Benn, Hatton found the whole situation pretty amusing. He's clearly on Team Benn, but he admitted that the press conference antics went too far. Hatton pointed out that true professionals like himself and even Benn would never resort to such disrespectful behavior. While he had a laugh about it, he also acknowledged that it crossed the line. This clash only proves how intense their rivalry has become, with emotions running high on both sides. Hatton's take adds even more fuel to the fire, making the build-up to the fight even more explosive. The bad blood is real, and fans can't wait for the showdown. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest updates.